when you have a baby face and people think you're a teenager, but you're actually, in your 20s, like you're gonna learn pretty quickly how to, not let people play in your face, because they will. When people think that you're a teenager, they're gonna treat you like one, and people don't really like teenagers that much. So like when you're like 18 to 21, you just, left college, you're still like kind of like in that bubble, and it's not weird for people to think that you're a teenager, especially for 18, 19, because you actually are a teenager. But like once you get to like 22, 23, that's when people are starting to leave college. So it's like, okay, now you're starting to see, okay, now you're starting to actually feel more like an adult. But I've had so many like situations back then when I was that age, and right now I am 25. But back then I would be like in places and I'm like, what is this person's problem with me? Like, why are they being like this? But now that I realize, like, oh, they thought that I was a kid and they were being rude to me because of that. Now, once you get to like 24, 25, you start to enter your mid-20s. That's when you're really like, okay, like, when is this gonna, like, when does it end? Like, it's not cute anymore. Like what's going on? Okay, like you learn really quickly how to like clock it and shut it down immediately, because again, people will play in your face. But like one thing, like some tips that like you should like just do if you have this problem, like one, like try to like when you're like shopping like out and stuff, try to like go to like the same type of places. That way like the employees, like they'll recognize you and they won't give you like a hard time about it. And then like also like try to be more like with friends or like people that people can tell that actually are over 21. That way they won't bother you as much. And like right now, like I have my hair up like in a ponytail, like specifically when I have my hair like this, people definitely think I'm a teenager. Like when my hair is down, like I have it like actually done, it's not like too bad. But like even especially like if my face is like breaking out a little bit, then yeah, like it's like I don't have a chance. Like you gotta have your ID ready. Like I don't go anywhere without my ID. I have yet to be in a situation where like I didn't have my ID and somebody thought that I was under 18. Like I like have your ID ready at all times, okay? And then like you just really have to like be like have confidence in yourself and just really like have those like strong boundaries, because people are going to project onto you again how they feel about teenagers, and if you think that you're one, they're going to treat you like one. So just be prepared for that. Like it can be discouraging when people like underestimate you or treat you a certain type of way, but there is an advantage of having people underestimate you, because your power and they don't. If you don't, then like you'll just be driving yourself crazy. Like in that 18 to 21 type stage, like you'll be like, don't let it drive you crazy, because you'll be thinking like why don't I look my age? Like why do people think I'm a kid? Why do people think this? Why do people think that? Why do people treat me this way? Like it'll drive you crazy if you let it. And just don't. Like at the end of the day, like it's our face. Like we can't change anything about it. But again, like just having those strong boundaries. And like if it's like a situation maybe like at a store, then it might not be that big of a deal. But like if it's a consistent problem with like the same people, like maybe like work or something, then that's when you really have to be like, okay, like it's getting old. Like I don't know what your problem with me is, but at the end of the day, I am in fact an adult. Like you don't have to prove yourself to people. Like even though people think that you look like a kid, at the end of the day, you'll start to just have those natural like adult qualities. Like you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. Like you know who you are. You know that you're not a teenager. You're an adult. So like at the end of the day, like don't let that phase you. Don't let it discourage you. Like because at the end of the day, it's just really silly. Like once you go through this so many times, it just really starts to highlight how like closed-minded some people can be, especially those that like consistently give you a hard time. because eventually you'll realize that, like, no matter what it is or what you do, like, you're never going to be good enough for them. Like, they're always going to change the goalposts. Like, when you're 18, you're like, okay, I'm an adult. Like, people aren't going to treat me like a kid. Nope, actually, it's 21. Oh, no, actually, you have to, get your own place. Actually, you have to pay certain type of bills. Actually, you have to have kids. Actually, you have to do this. Actually, you have to do that. Like, it never ends. Like, and once you realize that, just live your life the way that you see fit and what works for you, okay? And then the conflict management, those type of things, that'll come in. Because at the end of the day, it might be a different person, but it's the same problem, it's the same type of people, and you'll catch on to that. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. And a lot of people are jealous anyway, because we're aging gracefully, and they aren't. So, like, don't let it, discourage you too much. And just, like, have the ID ready. Try not to keep your hair up in a ponytail too much. Be careful for, certain type of men, specifically for women, that, might want to target you because they think you're a kid, but you're not. So just always be on the lookout for that. And that's about it. So just, just be careful and stay safe.